Yeah. So Narottam Das Thakur says that when we hear Krishna Katha, the jivas will be, the position of the jivas will be that of a fish which is taken outside the water. When you take a fish outside the water, the fish will be restless, jumping up and down. Uh, Similarly, when we hear Krishna Katha, and when a devotee is in ecstasy, the devotee will show the symptoms of ecstasy, just like how a fish would would be restless when taken outside of the water. And the same analogy can be used to explain what happens when we don't hear Krishna Katha. So the same person can become restless, just like a fish out of the water. A person can become restless and show those symptoms if he is not hearing Krishna Katha. But there's a difference between the first uh, way of exhibiting the symptoms and second way of exhibiting the symptoms. The first way of exhibiting symptoms is when somebody hears Krishna Katha, they will show symptoms of ecstasy. Second way of exhibiting the symptoms like fish is they are not hearing Krishna Katha, but they are exhibiting symptoms of their bodily distress, the material distress. So to get rid of that material distress from the body, they need to hear Krishna Katha.
Prabhuji, as like morning you sent one message,
Mhm.
like they are from 3 days they are missing the class and you are giving the opportunity. They are feeling so happy. They are so blessed. They are feeling.
Yeah.
I remember that message when you are saying this.
What's that? You remember what?
You remember, I remember morning you sent a message like
Yeah.
somebody, yeah, giving a feedback about
Oh, okay. You
class.
are.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Now I understood. Yeah. So
yeah,
you're referring to that message, right? Yeah.
yes,
Correct.
probably.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So this lady, her name is Gayatri. Uh, so she listens to Krishna Katha every day, but for last 3 days she did not get an opportunity to listen, and she was feeling so restless, just like in this example given by Narottam Das Thakur. She was feeling very restless, and today when she listened to my recording, so she felt very happy. So yeah, good.
Class is like resting class. From morning onwards, we are running with so many works, so many thinkings. No, just we are giving pass to all of them, and we are giving rest to mind, body, and re-energize. And again, we are getting energy to start again that cycle. So
Yeah,
it is like giving relaxation to mind and body.
yeah. That's a byproduct. That's a side effect that will happen automatically. But that should not be the goal. That should not be the only goal of hearing Krishna Katha.
Yeah.
The goal of hearing Krishna Katha is to nourish the soul. So throughout the day, we feed the body with so many foodstuffs: idli, dosa, vada, puri, sambar, so many sweets. But little we do to nourish the soul. So this is the opportunity to nourish the soul, and other things will happen automatically. The byproducts, they're all byproducts. They'll happen automatically. Yeah.
Sorry, Prabhuji, joined a little late today. I was actually planning to read the slokas, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I saw your message. So that's okay. I recited in the beginning. Maybe you can recite tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Tomorrow also might not be possible, Prabhuji, because my daughter has a performance this Sunday, probably like next Monday or like Thursday. I can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tomorrow yeah, tomorrow we might have the call little early, like one hour early,
Okay.
7:30. We'll have the call at 7:30 because 8:30 I have some service in the temple. So
Mm.
we'll start the call at 7:30, and then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we will not have this call. 3 days. Because Radhanaswa Maharaj, he's coming. He's going to be here in Seattle 3 days. He's going to give classes in the temple. So I'll be busy with that. So we'll not have this call for 3 days. So you all have to survive. If you're attending Maharaj class, whoever is attending Maharaj class, you will be fine. But otherwise, you have to hold your life. You have to survive somehow.
Where is
Just
the
now
location?
only.
Prabhuji? It's only in Samamish or like is it in Bellevue too?
Samamish.
Oh, okay, Samamish, only Samamish.
Yeah.
Just
Need
now
to
only we
RSVP.
discussed, no, Prabhuji, like if we miss the class, immediately you're saying this.
Yeah. So
So, Prabhu, I think you can send that flyer to everybody so that they can attend and release the lecture from Maharaj too. Like Monday and Tuesday, it's going to happen in Samamish Vedic Cultural Center, and Wednesday, it's going to happen in Seattle Sanctuary. So, if you really have time, please do attend. It's going to be a life changing event. I'm telling.
Need to RSVP, Mataji.
For the Wednesday event you have to, but for the Monday and Tuesday you don't need to.
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So I'll show this flyer here. Um, so he's my spiritual master, and also Prem Chandrika, who just spoke. She's also disciple of Radhanaswa Maharaj. So there are 3 programs: Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can look at the details here. So if you are able to come to temple, that's the best thing. Otherwise, you can go to Vedic Cultural Center YouTube channel and listen to Maharaj's lecture online. And I'll also give some homework, so you can meditate on that homework those 3 days. Okay. Okay. So let's begin. Wow. Today, all of you have turned off your videos. It'd be good if I can see at least a few faces. And Annapurna, you there?
Prabhuji, I was working actually in kitchen, so I was.
Yeah. So I was looking at your comments on YouTube, my videos.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Very beautiful comments. Those shlokas. Where did you get those from?
I don't know the shlokas, but be honest. I taken from that Chat GPT.
Oh, from
GPT.
ChatGPT.
I got the shloka, but that's a good one. I just typed like that, so I felt like giving that at
Yeah.
least.
No, they're good. They're good. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank
Can
you.
you share with us,
Give it.
Prabhuji? I didn't see that.
Yeah. So yeah, they are on my
YouTube
video
channel.
comments in the comments.
Okay,
Today's,
just for
yesterday's, and
yesterday's.
the day before class.
Yeah, but the class is too good, Prabhuji. It's like a refreshing and very, very started understand. It's like feeling like to understand Krishna now. Earlier, it is like okay, Krishna is there, but now I'm feeling like who is Krishna actually?
Yeah.
After attending the class, Guna, Leela, why you always say that? Now feeling like to know about Krishna more, more, more.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji, so much.
Thank you. Thank you for attending.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yesterday we discussed about Kula and Sila, right? Krishna's lineage and his qualities. So Krishna's lineage, I think the day before also we discussed about Kula and Sila. About Kula, the lineage of Krishna or the Vamsha, in which Vamsha or dynasty Krishna comes in, uh, or what are the other prominent things that glorify Krishna's Kula, explained by Kulashekara Alvar in Mukundamala Stotra. We recited that shloka also, right? Dara Vara Karavara Sutta Teitanu Jo Virinchi Stota Veda Tavasuragana Bhrityavarga Prasada Muktir Maya Jagadavikalam Tavaki Devaki Te Mata Mitram Balaripusutas Tatvadhanyam Najane. Oh Krishna, you have all these great qualifications. That's why I do not know anyone other than you, says Kulashekar Alvar. So Kulashekar Alvar, in this shloka, he is glorifying the Kula of Krishna. And look at the beauty. Who is glorifying? Kulashekar Alvar. His name is Kulashekara. What is the meaning of Kulashekara?
Topmost Kula.
Yeah, Shikara. Shikara means topmost. Topmost in his Kula, in his dynasty, in his Vamsha. Kulashekara Alvar, he was a king. Before he became an Alvar, he was a king. So he used to rule a dynasty called Chera dynasty, Chera, Chera dynasty. Okay, and he's a great devotee of Lord Rama. Uh, he listens and understands Ramayana in the present tense. All of us, when we hear Ramayana, Mahabharata, or Bhagavatam, we listen to them in the past tense, right? Like as if it happened 5,000 years ago, or in Treta Yuga. We listen to Ramayana in the past tense. Whereas Kulashekar Alvar, he listens to Ramayana in present tense. Whenever he hears Ramayana, he acts as if Ramayana is happening right in front of him. And if there is a scene where it requires his action, he would act on it. So one day we can discuss about Kulashekara Alvar. But the point I'm trying to convey is Kula Shekara, the topmost in his Kula, is glorifying Krishna's Kula. Now, who else can be better than glorifying Krishna's Kula other than a person like Kulashekara Alvar, who is the topmost person in his Kula? So, now, speaking about the lineage or Kula of Krishna, Rukmini mentioned one of the qualifications why she is choosing Krishna as her husband, is because of his beauty, because of his qualities, and because of his Kula, the great lineage or dynasty or Vamsha from where he comes from. Kula, Shila, Vidya, Vaya, Dravina, Dhamma, and so on. So many qualifications. So, speaking about Krishna's lineage, which dynasty does Krishna belong to?
Vrishni dynasty.
Vrishni dynasty, okay, yeah. That's the name of the dynasty. But at a higher level,
Chandravamsa.
Chandravamsha, yes. Ramachandra is in Surya Vamsha and Krishna is in Chandravamsha. Okay, so it is mentioned that in Chandravamsha, when before Lord Krishna appeared in Chandravamsha, because Krishna appeared in Chandravamsha towards end of Dwapar Yuga. Krishna lived for about 120 years, and then as soon as Krishna departed from this material world, few years after that, the Dwapara Yuga ended and then Kali Yuga started. But before Krishna appeared, it was mentioned that there were 10,000 brahmacharis in Chandravamsha. 10,000 brahmacharis at a time, concurrently. So now you can imagine how how strong were their austerities, and how many people were practicing these austerities sincerely. 10,000 brahmacharis. And in the Chandravamsha, there are many other prominent personalities before Krishna appeared in Dwapara Yuga. Chandravamsha, there were so many other prominent personalities like Shibi Chakravarti. We all know a story of Shibi Chakravarti, right? We learned it in our school days, and after we started practicing spirituality, in ISKCON also we heard about Shibi Chakravarti's story many times. So, is there anyone who does not know the story of Shibi Chakravarti?
I know Prabhuji, but I don't remember, like it's kind of vaguely I remember.
Yeah, so you might have heard this. So Shiva Chakravarti was that person who was known for his magnanimity, for charity. So in his kingdom, he would give, if there is a person who is in need, he does not hesitate to give anything that is required to satisfy that person. And one day, there was a hawk, like a eagle or a hawk bird. The eagle or hawk was chasing a dove, another bird, small bird. And then this dove, the small bird, comes to Shivi Chakravarti for help. So the dove flies and flies from the sky and comes to the feet of Shivi Chakravarti. She takes shelter of Shivi Chakravarti's feet and pleads, saying that a hawk is chasing after her. Please help me. It's a life and death situation. Please help me. Then Shivi Chakravarti, he draws his sword out, and he's ready to kill that hawk. But then the hawk also comes to him and says that, O king, I think you are becoming partial now. You are known for your magnanimity. You are never partial to anybody. I also belong to this kingdom, says the hawk. So hearing this, Shivi Chakravarti withdraws his sword, and then he tells the hawk, so what can I do to satisfy you? Then the hawk says, you have to give me as much flesh as the weight of the dove from your body. And then Shivi Chakravarti, he arranges, a, what do you call that, a weighing scale. On one side of the weighing scale, he puts the dove, and on the other side, he cuts some flesh from his thigh and puts on the other side of the scale. But no matter how much he cuts from his both thighs, the scale wouldn't match. And he starts cutting his arms and everywhere from his body. Still, it's the scale does not match. And finally, he's about to chop off his neck to offer himself as the weight of the dove. And then as soon as he was ready to chop off his neck, the hawk and the dove, they both transform into two celestial beings. So one is Indra, the other one is, who is the other one? Those of
I
you
think
who
Dharma Devata.
no, Agni. The other one is Agni. One is Indra, the other one is Agni. So they transform into Indra and Agni, and they say that, O King, we have heard your glories from heavenly planets, but we wanted to see that personally. That's why we came here, saying that they bless the king Shivi Chakravarti and then go back to heavenly planets. No. Before they depart, Indra and Agni, they tell that they ask Shivi Chakravarti, we are so pleased with your magnanimity, consistency of your magnanimity for charity. So you can ask for any boon. Then Shivi Chakravarti says that, may the Supreme Lord appear in my lineage, in my dynasty. So in order to fulfill that promise given by Indra and Agni to Shivi Chakravarti, and in order to please Shivi Chakravarti, Krishna appeared in Chandravamsha. So that's another prominent personality in Chandravamsha, in which Krishna appeared. And when Krishna appeared, Devaki and Vasudeva, actually before even Krishna appeared, when Vasudeva appeared in Dwapara Yuga on the planet Earth, all the devatas, they were expressing their happiness by playing drums and and trumpet, all those instruments. That's why one of the names of Vasudeva is Anaka Dundubi. Anaka Dundubi means these are the names of two instruments. Anaka is a trumpet, and Dundubi are the drums. So when Vasudeva appeared on planet Earth, the Devatas expressed their happiness, saying that, okay, Vasudeva is appearing, so very soon Sri Krishna Bhagavan will also appear in the planet Earth to do Dharma Samsthapanarthaya. So, and Vasudeva and
Prabhuji,
yeah.
was Vasudeva king? Prabhuji?
Vasudeva, I think so. Yeah, I think he was a king. In Yadu dynasty, he was a king. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Vasudeva and Devaki, they are known for two prominent qualities. What are the qualities? Okay, let's talk about Devaki first. What is she? What is her quality? The standout quality of Devaki. You all know the story of Devaki, right? How Kamsa captivated her in the jail, and then he killed all the 7 sons before Krishna. So, what's the standout quality of Devaki?
Faith, Prabhu.
Faith. Okay. Someone else?
And then giving a word.
Giving a word. Okay. Yeah. Actually, the word was given by Vasudeva. So what you said is correct for Vasudeva. Giving
Vasudeva.
word. So truthfulness. So Vasudeva's standout quality is truthfulness. And Devaki?
Tolerance, Prabhuji.
Tolerance. Okay. That's correct. But more than tolerance.
She gave her son Krishna to Yashoda.
Okay. So what is that quality?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Yeah.
Sacrifice. Okay. So even before she sacrificed her son to Devaki, I mean was Yashoda. So compassion. Okay, compassion for Kamsa. Even though Kamsa was torturing her, she, out of her compassion for her brother, she gave all her children to him, and she even pleaded Krishna not to kill Kamsa. But in the end, when Kamsa was going rampant with his atrocities, then even Devaki also agreed to kill Kamsa. But when she was in the jail, when she was captivated by Kamsa, she was showing compassion for her brother. So truthfulness, compassion, sacrifice, tolerance, these are the great qualities of Devaki and Vasudeva. And this is the dynasty, this is the Vamsha or Kula where Krishna appeared. So,
Prabhuji, I
yeah.
have a question, Prabhuji. So, regarding Rukmini Devi's Kula, so you told her dad's name is something else, but why her brother and herself are named Rukmini, but her dad name is not like that? So usually,
Bhishmaka, her dad's name is Bhishmaka.
yeah, but usually Maithili means like Vaidehi, like that. The name reason will be there, right, Prabhuji, for Rukmini?
Yeah,
Why
the
they
reason
named?
for all these names is Rukma. The word Rukma means fair complexion. All the five
Okay.
brothers of Rukmini,
Right.
including Rukmini, all 6 children, they were born
Okay.
with fair complexion.
Okay, Prabhuji. It's not about the place or dad's name, nothing like that. Only the
Yeah,
complexion. Okay.
complexion, fair color. Yeah. Okay. Uh, so, and also there was another prominent personality in Chandravamsha, Pururava. Who is Pururava? Pururava is that king who who always would get attracted to Urvashi. So
You
Pururava also,
mentioned you mentioned in that story, Prabhuji, Narasimha, that hill they only found. Is that
yeah, during Chandana Yatra we discussed this, right?
yes?
Yeah. So when Urvashi and Pururava, when they were flying in the sky above Simhachala, uh, they saw the deity of
Narasimha Dev.
Varaha Narsimhadev, deity of Varaha Narsimhadev in the abandoned in the forest area in the bushes and thorns, and then they come down and revive that deity and start worshipping. So uh, Pururava was also in the Chandravamsha. He also possesses great qualities. He was also handsome and he possesses great qualities. Uh, so Urvashi, uh, so before we all know in the heavenly planets there are apsaras, uh, and Urvashi is the topmost apsara among all of them. She is the most beautiful, most attractive apsara among all. So such a great apsara, she was attracted to Pururava. So she comes down to planet Earth and marries Pururava. So Rukmini Devi, now she's getting attracted to Krishna because of his beauty and beauty and qualities. So it was already there in the history when Urvashi got attracted to Pururava in Chandravamsha. Uh, so it's an indication that the history is repeating. So, Okay. Now, talking about Krishna's Shila. So, Shila means the good character. Okay. Saushilyata, Shila or Saushilyata. There are 7 oceans as described by Ramanujacharya. If somebody wants to understand Krishna's greatness or sweetness, if somebody wants to meditate on Krishna's lotus feet, if somebody wants to fix their mind on Krishna all the time, then the best way is to swim in 7 oceans. What are those 7 oceans? We discussed this once in the past. The 7 oceans are, please repeat after me: Saundarya,
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 Kaushilya,
Very
Saushalya,
Saushalya,
Madhurya,
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 Audarya,
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 Gambhirya,
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 Arunya,
Karunya,
Arunya,
Vatsalya.
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 Now you all tell the list.
Saundarya,
Saundarya,
Sausilya,
Saushalya,
Madhurya,
Audurya,
Madhurya,
Madhurya.
Madhurya,
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 Audharya,
Audurya, Gambhirya,
Gambhirya,
Virya.
Karunya,
Karunya,
Yeah.
Vatsalya.
Vatsalya.
Very good, very good. You are all Ekasantagrahis. Yeah.
Tomorrow we don't know, Prabhuji will remember.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So, Saushilya. So we are talking about Saushilya. Okay. So this Saushilya Jaladi are talking about Krishna's Shila. What comes to your mind to explain Krishna's character? There are so many things to exhibit Krishna's character. Good character, not stealing butter, uh, not stealing butter and the clothes of gopis, but some. I mean, those are also good activities. There is a reason behind why Krishna stole butter and gopis' clothes, but the
Very
straightforward
Whomever,
activities.
love, very
whomever
love.
trust him, he will always stand by them.
Whoever what?
Trust him, have faith in him.
Whoever trust him.
He will always make sure he stands by them and go to any extent to save them.
Yeah, no, that's
Protection.
okay.
He is very lovable person. I mean, he is very lovable person and very intelligent.
Okay. No, intelligence, these are all
Means
qualities, his qualities. But here we're talking about his character,
character. Okay.
the Saushilyata. Character can include his humility,
Kindness.
his obedience, those things. So, have you all heard about Rajasuya Yajna?
Yeah.
So, what was Krishna's position in Rajasuya Yajna?
It's the top one.
Agra Puja, right?
Agrapuja, yeah.
So, when all great personalities were assembled in Rajasuya Yajna, when Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to perform this Rajasuya Yajna, all the great personalities assembled there, all the Pandavas, Bhishma Dev, uh, even Kauravas, Duryodhana and party, everyone assembled there. Vyasadev, so many great personalities assembled there. And then everybody asked Bhishma Dev, who should we offer the first puja to? Bhishma Dev said, it is none other than Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He deserves the Agra Puja. So Yudhishthira Maharaj performs Agra Puja to Krishna. And then after that, what did Krishna do? In the Rajasuya Yajna, they invite some lakhs of people, right? Millions of people would come and attend Rajasuya Yajna. So what did Krishna?
Prabhu, he washed all the sages and everybody, whoever attended the Rajasuya, he washed the feet of everybody,
Yes.
regardless.
Yeah, very good. So Krishna washed the feet of all the guests. Now imagine, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, Devadi Deva. He is the supreme creator, proprietor, maintainer, enjoyer, controller. He is supreme everything. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. He is Atyam Purana Purusham. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantam. Huh? Such a great personality, he is ready to take up a menial service of washing the feet of the guests. Not only that, after attending the event, they would eat lunch or dinner, whatever, right? Krishna would take their plates. Krishna would stand there and take the plates of the guests. Now, is anybody ready to do this? In this material world, let's say there is a richest person in the world, and they are hosting a great event. They are inviting everybody in the Seattle city. Will they be ready to do something like this? No. Forget about them. Forget about the richest person. Even one of us on this call who are attending now, even we cannot do that. Washing feet of guests, taking their plates, that is unheard of. That to Krishna Bhagavan doing this. That is his character. Now we can only appreciate Krishna's character of this humility, of this utmost humility of washing the feet of guests and taking their plates. We can only appreciate this character of Krishna only when we understand the greatness of Krishna. So how is Krishna's greatness is expressed in Vishnu Sahasranama? Hmm? How is Krishna or Vishnu's opulence or his greatness described in Vishnu Sahasranama?
छायायां पारिजातस्य हेमसिंहासनोपरि आसीतमम्बुदश्यामम् आयताक्षम् अलङ्कृतम्.
Yeah. Chandrananam Chaturbahum Srivatsankita Vakshasam Rukmini Satyabhamabhyam Sahitam Krishnamashraye. There are many shlokas in Vishnu Sahasranama beautifully describing Krishna's opulence. How he is the owner of all the Brahmandas, how he is the creator of sun and moon and all the nakshatras in the sky. Dhyausa Chandrarka Nakshatra Kam Disho Burmaho Dadi Vasudevasya Viryena Vidrutani Mahatmanaha Sasurasura Gandharvam Sayaksho Ragarakshasam Jagatvashe Vartate Dam Krishnasya Sacharacharam. Okay, so and then there is another shloka, Dhyana shloka. In the Dhyana shloka, Kshiro Dhanvat Pradeshe Suchimani Vilasat Saikate Moktikanam Mala Klupta Sasanastas Patika Manini Bhair Moktikair Manditangaha Rudrairaprititaivitta Varshaihi Anandina Puniya Daridalina Gada Shankapadir Mukunda Bhupadau Yasya Nabhirvyakasuranilashchandra Suryau Chanetre Karnavasha Shirodvairmukamapi Dahano Yasya Vasteyamabdihi Antastam Vishwanatara Bhobi Gandharva Daityai Chitram Ram Ramyatekam Tribhuvanamasham Vishnumetam Namami Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So there's a elaborative description of Krishna or Vishnu's opulence and greatness. Now, such a great personality is showing this character here. Humility, utmost humility.
Prabhuji, I remember that sloka which Maharaj told, Trinamapi Sunichena Saroriva Sahishchana.
Yeah,
Krishna himself set example for
Krishna
that,
himself
Prabhuji.
set an example for that. Being humbler than the blade of the grass, tolerating more than the tree, and being humbler than the blade of grass. Krishna showed by his own example. Utmost tolerance, utmost humility. Now, interestingly, in the same Rajasuya Yajna, Krishna also did something very interesting to Duryodhana. Does anyone know what service did Krishna assign to Duryodhana? So when
Prabhuji collecting and keeping the shoes of everybody in one place, right?
no. Duryodhana would never do that. He would
Putting
never do
food,
that.
like serving food to others.
No, that also he would never do that. Krishna was taking plates. Now Duryodhana cannot even serve food to guests. So Krishna only assigned that service to Duryodhana that Duryodhana would not deny. So the service was collecting the gifts from all the guests and keeping it aside and counting them also, counting them and keeping them
Very
aside.
good.
Duryodhana would never deny. He would happily agree to that. But there is a reason why Krishna did that. According to the horoscope of Duryodhana, according to his palmistry, okay, whatever Duryodhana takes from his hand, he has to lose 100 times more than that. Now, those days, the guests who were attending Rajasuya Yajna, the gifts that they were bringing, they are not Amazon gift cards. $50 Amazon gift cards. They are not like that. They used to bring, gold, all the precious stones, expensive, very expensive gifts. And Duryodhana was collecting all those gifts from his hand and millions of guests. Rajasuya Yajna is a humongous one. That's why in the history, after Yudhishthira Maharaj performed Rajasuya Yajna, there was no other occurrence of Rajasuya Yajna. Because it's very expensive to conduct Rajasuya Yajna at such a large scale, inviting almost everybody in the country, not just the city, but inviting almost everybody in the country, feeding them food, giving them return gifts. So many things are involved. So,
Prabhuji, does Duryodhana know that his horoscope is like this, or he don't know?
no, he doesn't know. If he knows, he would not take it, right? Yeah. So what Krishna knows, Krishna, Vedaham samatitani vartamani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter. Krishna says, I know past, present and future. So Krishna knows about everybody. So that's why, because Rajasuya Yajna, when did this happen? It happened long before the Kurukshetra war. So Krishna arranged this expertly, anticipating what is going to happen in the future. So whatever Duryodhana received from his hand, he lost everything. He lost all the kingdom that he, wrongly obtained from Pandavas. Anyway, it does not belong to him, but whatever he obtained illegally from Pandavas, everything he lost. So that is talking about Krishna's Shila. And there are many other things that we can talk about Krishna's Shila. One, as you all mentioned, right? Krishna always protects his devotees. Whoever trusts him, Krishna always protects his devotees. The way Krishna protected Pandavas also shows Krishna's character, Bhakta Vatsalyata. Krishna showed great love and affection for Pandavas. There is no other devotee in the history with whom Krishna spent as much time as he did with Pandavas. There was no other devotee. And the type of services that Krishna performed to Pandavas, those were never heard of. Krishna acted as, first of all, to start with Arjuna, Krishna acted as chariot driver. That's also a very humble service, a menial, low class service. Chariot driver is like a rickshaw driver, right, in India. So Krishna was ready to do that service for Arjuna. And in the ground of Kurukshetra, on the battleground, Krishna would perform various services. He would fetch water for Pandavas. He would carry water pots for Pandavas. And Krishna used to act as a night watchman for Pandavas. When Pandavas were sleeping in the tents during the night time, Krishna was standing outside and guarding those tents like a night watchman. Saratya Parshada Sevana Saukya Dautya Virasananugama Stavana Pranama Snigdeshu Pandushu Jagat Pranatim Cha Vishnur Bhaktim Karoti Nrupatis Charanaravinде. Parikshit Maharaj explains in this shloka what are the different services that Krishna performed to Pandavas. So Saratya, Radhasaradi, Parshada, Krishna agreed to sit down with Pandavas and eat food with them. Parshada, the word Parshada means there are two meanings. One is a follower of somebody. Another meaning is a member of an assembly. A member of an assembly in a higher position. Okay? So when Krishna accepted Agra Puja in the Rajasuya Yajna, that can also be said as Parshada. He was a member of assembly and he accepted the topmost position in the assembly. And also when somebody follows the footsteps of some other person, a leader, then that can also be said as Parshada. So Saradhya Parshada Sevana, Krishna would carry water pots for Pandavas. Saukya, Krishna would act as a friend to Arjuna. Dautya, Krishna was acting as a peace messenger between Pandavas and Kauravas. Virasana, night watchman. Anugamana, following the footsteps of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Krishna would even offer obeisances, Sashtanga Namaskara, to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So all these things Krishna was doing because of his Vatsalyata, Bhakta Vatsalyata for Pandavas. Love and affection, great love and affection for Pandavas.
And also Gopa and Gopis, everyone, he protected them also, Vrindavan, even when he was a child.
Yeah. And in Kunti prayers, Kunti Maharani reminds Krishna of all these things, how Krishna showed love and affection for Pandavas. We all know that story when Duryodhana offered a wax palace to Pandavas. Do you all know that story?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So when Duryodhana invited all the Pandavas to come and stay in that wax palace, and then he set the palace on fire, then miraculously Krishna, Krishna helps and Krishna protects them. And also Bhima, when Krishna poisoned Bhima, Krishna sends Bhima into the lower planets. First Bhima would become unconscious. He would fall in the ocean. He would drown, and then slowly he would go down into the lower planetary systems, into Sarpaloka, where the Sarparaj and all the other snakes they would bite Bhima, and in fact that Visham of Sarpas will act as a remedy.
Antidote.
Uh,
Antidote.
yeah, Vishasya Visham Aushadam. Ayurveda says Vishasya Visham Aushadam. To get rid of one particular poison, you need another type of poison. So Kunti Maharani mentions all these things, how Krishna protected Pandavas.
And he protects Draupadi also.
He protected Draupadi also. Kunti Maharani remembers that also in Kunti prayers. So, what is that beautiful shloka? I forgot. Um, let me open this. Kunti prayers. It has a word, Agni. Vishad Mahagne. Vishad Mahagne Purushada. So this shloka from Kunti prayers. Vishan Mahagne Purushada Darshanat Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichata Mrudhe Neka Maharadhas Strato Draunyastratas Chasmahare Virakshitaha. So here she is remembering, this Asat Sabha of where Draupadi was humiliated, and Vishan. This is the episode where Bhima was poisoned by Duryodhana, and Mahagni, where Duryodhana invited Pandavas to stay in the wax palace and put the wax palace on fire. Mahagni. Vishan Mahagni Purushada Darshanad Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichataha. So Kunti Maharani is remembering, how Krishna protected Pandavas in various ways. So this shows, Bhakta Vatsalyata is another aspect of Krishna's character. So, and Krishna, and we all know the story of Sakshi Gopal. How many of you know the story of Sakshi Gopal?
I think you mentioned, you told us, Prabhuji, in one of the classes.
Yeah. Okay. The story of Sakshi Gopal we can discuss some other time. It's 9:40. But I'll tell you the essence of the story. Essence of the story is so the story happened about 500 years ago, maybe, or maybe 1,000 years ago, just before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Okay, so there was this deity called Gopal deity. Gopal's deity acted as a witness to somebody's words, to the words of a Brahmana. Okay, that's why the name Sakshi Gopal. Sakshi means witness. So Now, just to prove the words of this Brahmana, the deity, Gopal's deity, walked behind this Brahmana, not for 100 steps, not for 24 hours, not for one day, but for 100 days. For 100 days, the deity of Gopal, known as Sakshi Gopal, walked along with the devotee to the village, just to prove the words of the devotee are true. This Brahmana gave some word. One Brahmana gave a word to one elder Brahmana, gave a word to an younger Brahmana. So just to have a witness, just to prove that the words of this elder Brahmana are true, the Gopal's deity walked behind these two Brahmana, behind this Brahmana, elder Brahmana. So how much can a deity do? So Krishna says in Bhagavatam, there is a shloka where Krishna says, Nirapeksham munim shantam nirvairam samadarshanam anuvrajam yaham nityam puya ityangri renubihi. Anuvrajami aham nityam. Nityam means, what is nityam?
Always.
Always. Aham means
Me.
me. I or me. Okay. Anuvrajami means follow. I will always follow the footsteps of my devotees. Anuvrajam aham nityam. See, in one place, Krishna is asking us to follow his footsteps. Krishna is asking, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to me. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam raja. In another place in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, always fix your mind upon me. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. And here in Bhagavatam, Krishna is saying, I always follow the footsteps of my devotees. And why is Krishna saying that? Puya ityangi renubihi. Puya ityangri renubihi. Renu means the particles. Like iska renu, అలా అంటారు కదా. యాక్చువల్లీ అందరు తెలుగు వాళ్ళే ఉన్నారు. మనం అప్పటి నుంచి తెలుగులో చెప్పుకుంటే బాగుండేది.
Recording also, they should understand.
Recording also, yeah. Some non-Telugu people also will hear. Okay. So Renu means the particles, right? Dust particles or sand particles. So Puya ityangri renubihi. So Krishna says, just to get the dust particles from the footsteps of my devotees, I will walk behind them. Anuvrajam yaham nityam puya ityangi renubihi. Now look at Krishna's character. He is ready to surrender to his devotees. In Bhagavad Gita, he only asked once to surrender to himself. He gave that instruction only once in Bhagavad Gita. Just surrender to me. But in Bhagavatam, he surrendered to almost every devotee that we hear stories about in Bhagavatam. He surrendered to every devotee. He surrendered to Pandavas. He surrendered to Kunti Maharani. He surrendered to this Brahmana in Sakshi Gopal story. He surrendered to gopis.
He washed the feet of Kuchela.
He washed the feet of Sudama or Kuchela. He washed the feet of all the guests in Rajasuya Yajna. So he surrendered to everybody. In every story, we hear this surrender of Krishna to his devotees. Now, how much we should appreciate his character, his Shila, Saushilyata. It's an ocean. That's why Ramanujacharya very nicely said, we can only fix our mind on Krishna when we swim in this ocean called Saushilya Jaladi. So last 2 days we swam in the ocean of Saundarya Jaladi, Krishna's beauty. We discussed various aspects of Krishna's beauty. Now today we are discussing Krishna's character, Saushilyata. It's an ocean. What we are discussing is only 0.0000001% of it. But Krishna's Saushilyata is unlimited. The magnanimity, the scale of his character is unimaginable. We cannot even comprehend.
Prabhuji, like you told Kulashekar Alwar, he heard Ramayana in present tense, right, Prabhuji? Like that, feel like really we are in present tense. Like if Krishna is now there, it will be really great, Prabhuji. Like feel that, like how I don't know how to express, but
Very good, very good. I'm glad you are able to relish Krishna Katha in that way. This is how we have to understand Krishna Katha. You have to go very deep and get emotions for Krishna. If you just just take Bhagavatam book and read just for the sake of reading, we will not develop any feelings for Krishna. Each and every word of these shlokas is fully loaded to describe Krishna's aspects.
yeah. We have never heard much about the Saushilyata. Like always we know about his greatness.
Yeah.
He has all the power, everything, but this is really like never thought of, Prabhuji, really.
Yeah. So once somebody trying to remember the Acharya's name, either it is some Acharya or one of the gurus in ISKCON, somebody went to that guru and said that that Krishna's beauty is very great, and Krishna's opulence is also very great. Then that guru immediately responded saying that no, that's wrong. It is Krishna's character that is the greatest, which eclipses his beauty and his opulence. His character, his Saushilyata, it eclipses all other aspects of Krishna. They're also great, but when it comes to his character, it eclipses everything else. The Sarva Karana Karanam, Adyam Anantam Purana Purusham, they're all gone. When it comes to, when Krishna shows his Saushilyata, we'll forget everything else. Yeah. Krishna Katha is so beautiful. It's an ocean. Okay, it's 9:50. I think we can pause here. Anyone has any comments, questions, reflections? Okay, if nothing, then we'll conclude the call here. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow at 7:30.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Krishna.